الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Sometimes the Quran takes the human being and places him or her wherever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants their mind to be. And one of the ways the Quran does this is by giving a very powerful description of something. In today's recitation, there were many very vivid descriptions of what happens on the Day of Judgment. What is it all about? First, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us to rush towards His mercy, to turn towards Him, to submit to Him, so that we do not have to face anything like a punishment, so that we do not have to be the recipients of the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in doing this, He says that all of you have wronged yourselves, but don't despair of the mercy of Allah, because Allah forgives everything. And don't delay in your repentance, because it could be that the time of the punishment approaches, and once the punishment approaches, nothing can help you. And sometimes it arrives suddenly when you least expect it. And when that happens, all that's left is empty words. I wish. I wish I had not. Oh, how I regret. How I regret not having done enough for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I used to sit around joking, if only Allah had given me tawfiq, then I would be a pious person as well. Or maybe if I have one more chance, I'll go back and be from those who excel in deeds. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say that at that time, now it's too late. You had ample time. Many warnings came, many reminders came, many signs came. But you kept turning away. You kept turning away, and your arrogance stopped you. In Jahannam, there is plenty of room for arrogant people. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes the blowing of the horn. And once that horn is blown the first time, everything finishes, everything ceases to exist. وَنُفِخَ فِي الصُّورِ فَصَعِقَ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ. Everything ceases to exist. Even the angels cease to exist. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has it blown one more time. And everything comes back. But now nothing is the same. Everything comes back, but the earth is no longer the earth that we know. And the sky is no longer the sky that we knew. And there is no more sun. In fact, now the earth lights up with a different kind of light. وَأَشْرَقَتِ الْأَرْضُ بِنُورِ رَبِّهَا. Now the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what will illuminate the field of mahshar. وَوُضِعَ الْكِتَابِ. And the book of deeds will be brought. وَجِيءَ بِالنَّبِيِّينَ. All those prophets that conveyed the message of Allah will be brought. وَالشُّهَدَاء. And anyone who has something to testify for. Everything will be a testifier, a witness of one form or another. The sky will testify. The earth that we walked on, that we remembered Allah on, or that we disobeyed Allah upon, it will also testify. And as we read later, even the limbs of the body, the skin, the ears, the eyes will testify. All the witnesses will be brought. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, every decision will be the decision of haqq. No one will be wronged. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows better than anyone else what the deeds of Bani Adam were. And then people will be grouped. The people of taqwa will be grouped together. And within them there will be groups. And in these groups they will be led towards Jannah. And the people who disbelieved, they will also be grouped. And amongst them there will be groups. And they will be led to Jahannam. And they will be dragged, like the Quran says, they will be dragged by their feet on their faces. They will be dragged on their faces and taken to the doors of Jahannam, which will remain closed until the last second before they're thrown in. And that is to keep inside the intensity and the pressure and the heat and the flames, keep it all inside. When the doors open, one big blast is going to engulf them. And as they are being thrown in, they will be rebuked by the angels. They will be given guilt trips by the angels. So what happened? Didn't prophets come to you? Didn't you hear the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being recited? Didn't you receive the message? They'll say, yes, we received the message. But the decision of adhab has already been made for those people who ignored the message all their lives. So they will be told, there is nothing for you now. Enter into these doors and you shall never exit from them again. And on the other side, the people of taqwa will be grouped together, and within them, these groups will be led. The hadith of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam describes how honorably they will be led, mounted on the animals of Jannah. Some ahadith describe that they will be given animals that have wings. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this verse, يَوْمَ نَحْشُرُ الْمُتَّقِينَ إِلَى الرَّحْمَنِ وَفْدًا, we will take the muttaqeen towards Rahman in delegations. Ali radiallahu anhu asked, O Prophet of Allah, delegations as we know it always come mounted, they never come walking. مَا الْوَفْدُ إِلَّا رَكْبٌ. So the Prophet ﷺ said, yes, وَالَّذِي نَفْسِي بِيَدِهِ, I swear by the one who controls my life. They will be greeted with the camels of Jannah with wings, and every step of those camels will take them as far as their eyes can see. And that is how they will be taken to Jannah, with honor, with respect. And the doors of Jannah will be open long before they enter, so that they can enjoy the fragrances of Jannah and the view of Jannah long before they enter into Jannah. And then the angels will praise them, will glorify them. Salamun alaykum. Peace and blessings upon you. Tibtum, you were good people. You were pure people. Fadkhuluha khalidin. Enter into these doors, you never have to leave this place again. And then they will praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All praises for Allah who fulfilled His promise to us. Ni'ma ajrul amilin. The reward of those who engage in amal is the best reward. And then the Quran takes us to another place. Those people who disbelieved, their anger, they will be so angry with themselves. They will hate themselves. They will be rebuking and insulting themselves. How foolish you were. How silly you were. How ignorant you were. And as they are rebuking themselves, the angels will call out, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا يُنَادَوْنَ لَمَقْتُ اللَّهِ أَكْبَرُ مِن مَقْتِكُمْ أَنفُسَكُمْ. You know how much you hate yourself right now? Allah hates you even more. Why? إِذْ تُدْعَوْنَ إِلَى الْإِيمَانِ فَتَكْفُرُونَ. You were called to believe. That message was from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but you rejected that message. Then they will appeal to Allah. Oh Allah, twice we were non-existent. Before we came into this world, we were non-existent. Then we died. You gave us life in dunya. You gave us life again in akhirah. We admit our mistakes. Is there any way out of this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say no. There is no way out of this. So these people will be brought in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These people will be standing completely exposed. Everyone in fact will be standing completely exposed in that field. Barizun, open. La yakhfa ala Allahi minhum shay. Nothing is concealed and hidden. Nothing. Standing without any clothes on. Standing with this sun that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has recreated just above the heads. Sweating according to their deeds. And nothing is hidden. Where will they go? Where can they hide? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, لِمَنِ الْمُلْكُ الْيَوْمِ. Who is in control now? In the world, It was your plans that you talked about, your skills, your abilities, your cleverness. It was all of that. Allah will say, who's in control now? Allah Azza wa Jal knows everything. Every wrong glance is captured by the system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every bad thought is captured by the system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah Azza wa Jal makes only decisions that are haqq. In another place, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about the enemies. He calls them the enemies of Allah. وَيَوْمَ يُحْشَرُ أَعْدَاءُ اللَّهِ إِلَى النَّارِ. They will be gathered and grouped to be pushed into Jahannam. فَهُمْ يُوزَعُونَ. They will be in groups as well. There will be different kinds of disbelievers. And when they are brought, their ears and their eyes and their skin will start testifying against them. You see, Jahannam is going to be blazed. It's going to be brought close. And the hisab of these people is going to be taken with Jahannam just nearby. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam tells us, مَا مِنْكُم مِّنْ أَحَدٍ إِلَّا وَيُكَلِّمُهُ رَبُّهُ لَيْسَ بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَهُ تَرْجُمَانٌ. Every single one of us will be spoken to directly by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without any interpreter. And when a person is put in that position, they are going to squirm and squeal and panic. فَيَنْظُرُ إِلَىٰ أَيْمَنَ مِنْهُ. Can I escape somewhere to the right side? فَلَا يَرَى إِلَّا مَا قَدَّمْ. Nothing but heaps and heaps of his own deeds. وَيَنْظُرُ إِلَىٰ أَشْأَمَ مِنْهُ. He will look to the left. Can I escape from there? فَلَا يَرَى إِلَّا مَا قَدَّمْ. Nothing there but piles and piles of his own deeds. وَيَنْظُرُ تِلْقَاءَ وَجْهِ. Can I escape by running straight ahead? فَلَا يَرَى إِلَّا النَّارِ. A big wall of the fire of Jahannam. فَاتَّقُوا النَّارِ. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, save yourself from that fire. وَلَوْ بِشِقِّ تَمْرَةٍ. Give what you can today, even if it is a piece of a date. فَمَنْ لَمْ يَجِدْ فَبِكَلِمَةٍ طَيِّبَةٍ. If today you don't have a date to give, then say something kind, say some good words to someone. But do whatever it takes to save yourself. So now their skin is testifying against them. Their ears and their eyes are testifying. And they will say to their skin, لِمَا شَهِدْتُمْ عَلَيْنَا. Why are you testifying against us? Why and how? In some narrations, that it was you that I was trying to save with my words. It was you that I was trying to save. So the skin will say, أَنْطَقَنَ اللَّهُ الَّذِي أَنْطَقَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. That Allah that gives everyone, that gave everyone a tongue, today He has given us a tongue. So these are some of the glimpses that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us to force us to bring our minds to that place, to start thinking about that place. And that moment when this whole life, all its beauty, its bounties, its comforts, everything comes to an end. And on that day, either there will be regret and remorse, grief and worry, or there will be happiness. And at that time, a person will curse every single thing that led them to the wrong direction. They will say, Oh Allah, أَرِنَا الَّذَيْنِ أَضَلَّانَا مِنَ الْجِنِّ وَالْإِنسِ. Oh Allah, show us who are those shayateen that led us astray. Where is that shaitan that used to push me and exhort me to do wrong? Where is that friend that always put wrong thoughts in my mind? Where are those people who influenced me to break the commands of Allah? Those people who made it look glamorous to be disobedient. Those people who made it look stylish or fashionable, or they made it the norm to be disobedient. Where are those people who created that environment? نَجْعَلْهُمَا تَحْتَ أَقْدَامِنَا. Oh Allah, show them to us so we can trample on them with our feet. لِيَكُونَا مِنَ الْأَسْفَلِينَ. That is what will be happening to the people who made choices based on what shaitan put in their heads, based on what society or their influences put in their heads, and it contradicted the commands of Allah and the straight path. On the other side, those people who believed in Allah and remained steadfast, beautiful angels will come descending. تَتَنَزَّلُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْمَلَائِكَةِ. Tatanazzalu says that they are coming in throngs, they are coming in huge numbers. One after the other, after the other, after the other. That's what tatanazzalu is telling us. Many, many angels. And all of these angels are coming and giving glad tidings, comforting the person. لا تخافوا. Don't fear about what's going to happen ahead. لا تحزنوا. Don't worry about what's past. Today you leave the world with no regrets, no apprehensions. Abshiru, be happy. Today is your moment of happiness. بِالْجَنَّةِ الَّتِي كُنْتُمْ تُوعَدُونَ. We're here to tell you that Jannat is waiting for you. And نَحْنُ أَوْلِيَاؤُكُمْ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. We were with you even in the worldly life. You see, just like shaitan comes and puts thoughts in our minds, angels also come from Allah and put good thoughts in our minds. Whoever listens to shaitan follows his path. Whoever listens to the angels follows the path to Jannah. We were with you in dunya. We were there supporting you, encouraging you, putting the right things in your mind, in your heart. So we were with you all our lives, all your lives, and we are with you and standing by you today at your moment of death. وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ. And we are here to tell you that today you will get anything that you desire. Nuzulan. This is a hospitality from Ghafur Rahim. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the message. He has told us what has happened in the past so we can take the lessons. He has told us what is waiting for us in the future so we can prepare. Now between the past and the future is us in the present. How we use our time, our lives, our talents, energies, abilities, wealth, how we channel all of these things, this is up to us. We either use it in a way that takes us to the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or we use it in a way that takes us in the other direction. These nights are here to help us make resolutions and decisions about ourselves, about where we want to end up, and what we are going to do to build that path. What we are going to do, what are we prepared to do to get there? That's really what it's about. Anyone can say, Allah is most forgiving, most merciful. Everyone says that. Jannah is for those people who did what it takes to get there. For the people who made the sacrifices when they needed to be made. They stood firm on the commands of Allah when the commands applied to them. They abstained from sins when the sins were tempting them. This is what Jannat is for. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pardon our mistakes, our weaknesses, and shower us with His mercy, and make us from those people who He admits into Jannah with honor, and with grace, and with favors. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from being those people that end up becoming the recipients of His punishment with disgrace, with dishonor. May Allah Azza wa Jal save us and save our family.